Just pop into it, huh? I don't know that I'm gonna do super formal deck techs, one deck per video like we were doing for a long time. I think we're just gonna like play some games and bounce around a little bit. I think my plan for the day is we're gonna play a few different Zoe and Echo decks who seem like sweet champions. Zoe's always been one of my favorites in Runeterra, and Echo's a champion from their new card release today that seems great. So she whenever she strikes, she creates a fleeting time trick in hand, which is basically like this game's version of like Preordain or Ponder. You get to predict, which looks at 3 and then draw 1, so some really neat card selection. She's quick attack, so she's good when attacking, but she notably is on strike, so she can do it on defense even if she dies in combat or trade. She still makes a time trick. So in fact, I'm pretty confident I'm gonna like Echo, so I'm gonna spend 1,200 of my 1,200 here on a foil one. Nope, nope, don't undo. I want that. Yes, that, please, that one. All right, let's play some Echo and some Zoe to start. I think we're down in the pits. I think we're like silver. I played a couple of games on my tablet last night, and we were silver 3. Hardcore professional gamers. Thanks for the resub, Michael Marachi and Metafuse. Welcome back, folks. Good morning, good morning. Echo is male. Okay. Good to know. I appreciate the correction. Runeterra, if you're not super familiar with it, is a little bit... As I have a Runeterra specific, all card games are a bit hard to parse if you're not familiar with what's going on. Echo, Freljord, Piltover. And this is a 4-2, so keeping Mystic Shot's probably decent to murder Echo. How long do you have to return the cosmetic? Until you've played with it. So now that I've queued up a game with it, I can't undo it and return it anymore. Runeterra lets you uncraft... or recraft things that you haven't played with yet. On paper, the new patch looks really good. I'm just going to go ahead and trade here inside of combat. We're going to get to trade when we attack anyways, so... The card shuffling animation when things go into the deck looks slick, but I feel like it's like a touch too slow. There's a lot of cards that add things to the deck now, and it feels like it takes a little bit too much time to execute. Oh yeah, probably an Elnunk Yeti deck, because there's a card that works with both of those, right? Speaking of, it's a very angry Yeti. That's a 5/5, so if we just drop Practical Perfectionist here. I think I'll take a backup Echo.
See you soon, friendars.
That's, man, that's really unfortunate. This doesn't create them in the top whatever, right? It's actually just, like, in your deck. So it created 2 5/5 Yetis, and they happen to both just be right on top.
Introduce you to science.
10 months Fabricator, welcome back. Oh, Tall Tales drew one. Got it. Well, shit. I think we're just dead. I don't really know if there's much we could do here. I guess we could play Echo, but I only have 5 resources total, so I can't, like, Echo and attack in with Mystic Shot. And even if I strike with this, I don't get to use the time trick this turn. I guess we can do this, and if we spike a Danger Noodle, we can kill this. No Noodle is Sag. I guess Messenger's not terrible. This'll trade with this when they attack next turn. I wonder if this is guaranteed to draw Enraged Jitty in their deck. That wouldn't surprise me. Yikes. This is much too slow, right? Oh, right. That only heals 4 now. Alright, we'll call it. So, I think we full mulligan here, just looking for some proactive plays. I assume we're the beatdown against Lysandra Telia. Nice. So, I thought maybe it was just because it was on my iPad, and the iPad's kind of pokey, but it feels like it's on my computer, like my PC here too. Does it seem like there's frame rate lag in Runeterra with this latest patch? It feels like the animations aren't as smooth as they used to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just been a second since I've played, but yeah. I don't think the issue is my computer, because I was having like the exact same experience on my iPad last night. Is it the patch? I just assumed my iPad was slow because my iPad's not like the iPad Pro or whatever, and sometimes it lags on games. But like, you know, my computer's an i7 with a 2080 Super in it. I mean, like, I guess I could turn it off Ultra, but like, my 2080 Super should play the card game on Ultra. Let's set the frame rate to just 60 and see if that does it. Maybe it's some issue with that. That seems better. Yeah, I think that fixed it. Weird. Okay. I think I'm gonna murder Lysandra here. Yeah, that must have been it. Maybe that's a new setting, or the 3060's not behaving properly now. Yeah, that was definitely. I'm glad I said something and we checked. Weird. I think I'm going to take the pass here, right? I'll bank 3 mana, they're only banking 2. I can, like, next turn I'll have 5 plus 3 is 8, so I can, like, temple into a couple of things, get some mana back. What's going on, Toll? Good morning. And I think I want to do this before I attack, because I'd like to... They do have Avalanche. That's fine, I drew another Zoe, right? Zoe makes the rules. Okay, and then we could go ahead and... Oh, we could do this, because it triggers this, which will give her a power. And then we can Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle.
I'm gonna just go ahead and Time Trick here, right? Just use my mana. I'm gonna skip. Take a random.
Oh, you feel in love, our dark lady.
Okay, so we're at 3 out of 10. I don't even really know what I'm looking for at this point with these predicts.
Okay, got it. I think maybe.
I don't think it's any of those, though. Oh, I think I'm in for Submersible. It's kind of a more resilient threat. We're at 8 out of 10 on different names here.
So, I've been looking into this whole paradox thing.
Oh boy, what'd you do this time?
I kind of feel like I just want to open here
Let's do it over there.
and see what they do. Because they're an avalanche deck. Double ice shards. Okay, so I want to save Echo here, I think. So we're going to Pale Cascade Echo. Can we level Zoe? That's a question. Could I not? I thought there was a way to minimize these. Did they get rid of that? She's at 5 out of 10. Doesn't look like we can level Zoe, unfortunately. Machine's Crescent Strike is probably the take here. Runeterra has the best audio visual of any digital card game on the market. It is second to none in both of those areas. So when this strikes, it's going to create a fleeting time trick for us, which will let us get to predict getting this closer to leveling up. And then Submersible here is at 10 out of 10, so this is going to get ready to come down next turn. Something, you've probably heard me talk about this in Magic before though, but like you can see our game boards are very different. In Runeterra, the game board is a purchasable cosmetic. If this finds us, we're looking for another Mystic Shot with this, or a Thermo Beam to kill this 4/3. None of those are what we're looking for, and I already have one of each, so we'll skip and take a random.
I remember this.
I mean, second Veiled Temple's not terrible. I think I'm just gonna do that. So this makes their countdown pop off right away, so this is gonna turn into an 8/8 here. But I've got Crescent Strike to buy us some time with that. This is gonna be another 8/8 this turn. They're at 8, so we're looking to kind of punk them out with the Submersible this turn. You know, honestly, I kind of just want to trade here. It gives me a fleeting time trick. And then my next Echo will be leveled. So let's drop this. Meow, 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 meow.
Stumble. I have the earth to catch you.
So let's do this because it creates the Hex Crystal. So we have a chance to... This creates Hex Crystals when we see them in a prediction. We get to draw them automatically, which is nice. Zoe gives us lethal open attacks, technically, right? There's a good chance they have something to stop that, though. I guess I've already played 2 Ice Shards. I could take Practical Perfectionist to give myself another set of predicts to try and find the Hex Bombs. I don't hate that. Or I could even do Feline into this, right? So we have more chances to find the Hex Bombs.
Warm hearts and hot soup.
Meow.
I'm supposed to take a random there.
Get lost in the time stream.
Alright, so RQR Master X with the 65 months. It's a long time. Welcome back. I think we gotta pump this up, right? We gotta try and push lethal this turn.
Well, guess I did that. Hi, we are so smart. But you knew that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this card's actually good or not. They could have a freeze here, or a... Yeah, that's fine, all right? Because we have Mystic Shot on top of the deck, so they have to have another deny or a way to heal on open. So if they open attacks, we have them dead. They open attacks and don't have a heal. Here, this is lethal.
Let's take this outside.
Survey says... Close game. Close game. I don't know how I feel about the... I don't know how I feel about the 2-1 for 1. It's probably decent against aggro. Probably reason enough to play it. It seemed pretty mediocre in the mid-range deck against the mid-range deck there. I don't know what either of these champions do, chat. What does Lurk do when you attack? While I'm on top of your deck, I lurk, granting Lurker everywhere. Okay, so you don't have to attack with a Lurker. It's just if a Lurk is on top of your deck when you attack, Lurkers everywhere get +1. When I lurk or attack, grant Lurker allies everywhere +1. Okay, so... What are the stats on these? Oh, Mulligan looking for a Zoe. Or a cat. Cat and a goat, chat. We are the furries. So scary now. Okay, so this gives them a chance to predict a lurker to the top then, right? What they're doing here. Huh. So I'm like playing Pike next turn. And then Sisters is pretty good against aggro. This probably trades 2 for 1. There's a good chance the Meteor Shower doesn't have another X1 to trade with. Well, this has Lurk and Predict. Seems like a very good enabler. Do I want to play Echo this turn and trade? I probably do.
Never had luck, never needed it.
And the Lurk, just all the monsters get bigger, right? Just everywhere? So they snowball really hard?
Hey, you want me to rewind? You need more time?
You know, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just bounce this off of here. I've got this Mystic Shot, and then I'm gonna open on attacks next turn. Yikes.
Slip through my paws!
Play, I start a free attack. Well, that's really good. I assume they open here. We'll murder this. We take 11 down to 4, and then maybe this can stabilize us.
The light of my star warms the heavens.
Allied pikes have dealt 15 plus damage. Wow, and he triggers when he levels? Wait, what the fuck just happened? Why did it go away? An ally strikes the enemy and then moves to the top of your deck. Oh. Well, I knew how leveled Pike works. I just didn't realize the Pike, the text on the leveled Pike triggers when, yeah, I just don't get a board anymore, right? I don't understand why he strikes, levels, and then triggers his leveled ability. Intuitively, that doesn't make sense to me. When I kill an enemy, I strike the weakest enemy. Okay, so we have a Hush, and we have a Star Shaping, and we have a Mystic Shot. So I can attack with this, and we get to trade with something. Or they take 4. And then we can Mystic Shot something, and then we don't die to opens. I'm not dead yet. Why'd they take the 5th point of heal away from my Star Shaping, chat? My poor Star Shaping, chat. It's trying to keep me alive and it can't anymore. I feel very dead as well. Yeah, this is crazy, right? It's just like a 1 mana 6/2. Their deck just like doesn't have bad draws in the late game. Oh, these are fast. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot these were fast. I'm coming around on the cat, chat. Maybe I should have astral this.
Things aren't gonna improve themselves.
Are they dead? Wow, wild. Weird. Yeah, that's one of the things that like. Yeah, the cat crystals are big time. Yeah. Star Shaping's still really good. They took away the 1 extra hit point for a reason. Yeah, I think what someone said in chat, I think Lurk is definitely the most parasitic mechanic that Runeterra has created to date. That doesn't strictly mean that it's bad, but it's definitely that. And for people that aren't familiar with card game terms, what we mean when we say a mechanic is parasitic is a mechanic is parasitic if it only works with itself. So if you're a Magic player, think the energy mechanic is a good example of a parasitic mechanic for Magic. You know, honestly, I think I'm just keeping all of these. The Practical Perfectionists work well with the Fallen Feline. Thanks for the 14 months, Gruxy. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we're going to be doing Runeterra to start today and tomorrow. Not making any long-term commitments. We're going to give it a try and see if it's fun. Mutate. Mutate is like self-enabling in a way. You can like just play like a couple of Mutate cards and be fine. Only 1 deck for Runeterra. Now, we're probably going to play a couple of things today. I'm not planning to do super formal, structured stuff like I did before. Maybe if we start doing Runeterra again consistently, we'll do that again. But for today, I'm just going to play a couple of different things and play a few games here and there and try some different things out. Elnunks. I think I'm in for a Traveler. Get some more bodies on the board. No, so parasitic, in terms of game design, refers to a mechanic that only works with itself. So for this instance, the lurk cards only work well if you have lots of lurk cards together. Just like energy and Magic, the energy cards basically only work well with lots of other energy cards. Has nothing to do with interactivity. It has to do with how deck building lines up, basically.
Just out of reach.
Hear that?
Rude.
Can't afford to miss.
My poor little cat. Alright, well, I'm gonna attack my 1-2 and do. I'm gonna play this first. Being a little lucky and hit the cat crystal. Man, we are so bad at hitting the cat crystal, chat. It's a little awkward that this doesn't show you how many differently named cards you've played when you're predicting it. I should pass that along as feedback, that this would be nice to be able to see. And grab Zoe here, I think.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
It's placed in the bottom 10, but predict is just 3 cards from your deck, right? So where the crystal is doesn't matter for predict, right? Predict is just 3 at random, basically.
There won't be a warning shot.
I'll protect the villages.
I thought you were scrying. Yeah, predict is... You know, this card, it's kind of funny. The thing that's felt the most toxic since I've came back, I played like 4 games last night, and 2 of them were against Elnunks. And the Elnunks deck is like, it's basically Muxus. Like, and there's no sweepers in this game that are efficient. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play the last time those cards were competitive, and they really seemed super toxic. They don't seem to be a card that generates good games.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules.
Winter take you.
Okay, so I think we murder this, and then we can attack with mountain goats here.
Let's not ruffle our feathers.
Troll chant here. Steal, sure.
An auspicious season.
Yeah, the Elnunks and the Yetis have been
Is a sea all.
rough. I think we just temple here. And then I've got 1 mana bank, so I'll have a total of 6 next turn. So next turn I can go Echo into attack, play Echo's Time Strike, he says, before Echo gets frostbited.
Never needed it.
I will unite the Freljord.
Heading topside.
This would be a good.
I hate being right, chat.
These are our lands.
I'll take a Bastion here.
Deja vu isn't what it used to be.
Swiftly now.
Just taking 10 here. I think that's the play. I hope to draw a meteor shower with this. My sister's able ain't bad.
My brethren.
Do I want a bunch of fallen felines in my deck? I feel like I don't.
How's it going?
How's it going?
See you soon, friendos.
So I'm gonna have 7 plus 2 to 3 next turn. So I could go this into this is 8. I get 2 back, so I could Bastion then as well. Zoe's seen 6 cards played.
What once was 2.
I think we want to try and... Morning Midnights. So she's at 7 out of 10. Should I have tried to level her here? I could have pushed to level, huh? And then played these? I don't think... There's still not a list of cards on here, right? I don't think this Zoe's seen a star chart yet. Yeah, she has not. Okay, now I have 4 mana. So Messenger plus Time Trick levels Zoe. I don't know if that's going to be good enough, though. Am I overrating Temple at this point? I don't think so.
What have you found for us?
Yeah, I could have sequenced differently that this play would have given everything elusive and lifesteal, and that was probably the better line. So I'm going to ask, we've been able to level Echo consistently without Shurima. You don't need to level Echo consistently for Echo to be good. Something that people frequently undervalue in this game is the ability for their champions to be good on their own. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'll definitely take a Mystic Shot. And Zoe's gonna level here. Oh, fuck! She's not gonna level because she already saw us cast one of those, because there's no interface on this card that tells me what she's seen or hasn't seen.
Ship time.
Feels bad, man. I forgot that we had already time tricked with her out. I was counting on that leveling her. Alright, well, I believe this levels. Thanks for the Prime, Dr. Grindle. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back.
For the homestead.
Okay.
My aim is true.
Okay, so if I hush this, my 0 power thing can block. Oh, they have Blade Surge, so I don't even get to lifelink now. Well, that's all just a bag of dicks. That makes my hush useless. So I shouldn't have hushed. I guess I can chump block with this now. I think the plan is do this and then hope to spike and elusive with this and kill them next turn.
Back in the game.
Mine is the hand of Noxus.
So when this says start a free attack, only the blades get to attack on the free attack, right? Is that how that works, or no? They get to attack with other things as well. Only these, but they can swap Irelia, and that's fine.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Tell me. I love that.
Oh, if I skip, she can't swap. Oh, that's a good point.
This would be a good winter. An
What the fuck?
season.
When I'm summoned... Oh. They get a token... Got it. Okay, so we died because I fucked up. Alright, I think we're pretty likely to win this game if I understand how their card works. We'd have had a good chance of giving everything elusive next turn. We also likely would have won that game if Zoe had an interface that told you... If Zoe had an interface that told us what cards she had played, I would have made better plays. But part of that's on me not understanding how Irelia works, but part of that's on Runeterra for not having a proper interface. I made a play that was bad, assuming my Zoe was going to level, and then she didn't, because I don't have any information from the client telling me where my champion's at. Definitely don't want Percival in the opener. I'm mulligan looking for my ones and twos. Got a kitty.
Slip through my pores.
I don't know. I mean, the matchup matrix on their stuff pre-patch was pretty lopsided, dude. Light. There were a lot of like 60-40 matchups, which is pretty slanted. I'll take Traveler here against Jarvan Shen. They're probably going a little bit big. We're gonna try and murder this with a Mystic Shot before they get a turn. I assume they have some kind of protection here, but we just need to work through it. This thing draws them a spell every time it strikes, so ideally you want to try and murder it before it can strike. Everything went better than expected, chat. The fact that you could skip through someone in chat before, in fact, a second ago, where's the person that said you have to block everything? Need to block everything. I'm tabbing out Worst Neighbor NA because they're responsible for my loss in the last match. They said the words I needed to block everything, so I blocked automatically without thinking about being able to skip through it. I've played for an hour, Nanosoul, so I don't know. And I'm only in Silver 1. So I really don't know. The other thing too is this patch is probably the biggest balance patch Runeterra has ever done. So honestly, anybody who's telling you they already know what this format looks like is an idiot. You shouldn't listen to them or watch their content. It's way too early to tell for any sort of way, shape, or form for anybody reasonable. Anybody who's telling you they already know what's good or bad is trying to sell you something or an idiot. In either case, you shouldn't listen to them. One thing that is true across card games is people looking to deliver hot takes to get clicks is something that'll always happen early on. Margos, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate it. It's easy to deliver a hot take and say this is too good or this is bad. It takes a lot of effort to actually put in the legwork and figure it out.
Like I'm ready. Bye-bye.
Warrior seems pretty good. Could possibly kill Shen.
Take the high ground.
As I was flipping through Runeterra channels last night, and I ended up turning one off at one point because someone asked them, well, is this deck good or not? And their response was just like what their record was with the deck. They were like, well, it seemed bad because we lost some matches, but now we're winning some matches, so it seems good. And it's just like, just like the level of analysis of like, this deck's bad because I won, or it's good. It's bad because I lost, or it's good because I won. It's just like, come on. Just like unable to like step back outside of the anecdotal experience that they currently have in front of them. I mean, like, they weren't playing against the AI. My point is, it doesn't matter if you're playing against the AI or you're playing against someone in Platinum or Masters or whatever it is. Looking at your sample size of 10 matches or 10 games to determine whether or not a deck is good is very silly. I think I'd rather kill Shen. And then this way, if they have something to protect it, I have Warrior to finish him off.
It had to be. This world must burn.
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
For regulars who enjoy Runeterra stuff, by the way, there is a question on the survey about Runeterra. Obviously, it depends on, too, if I'm enjoying it. We're going to play a couple hours today and a couple hours tomorrow before we make any decisions about it, but also looking to gauge interest.
The fate of mortals and spirits falls to me.
Hopefully they, like, line this up into here and we get to hush this.
They are under my protection.
Well, shit. And I think I'm ready to play something else. Our deck doesn't seem very good. It feels like our strategy is getting largely outclassed by other people doing more powerful, proactive things. We've had a number of games that were very close where it felt like they were thin margins that could go either way. But we've also had games where like we just got completely outclassed and we lost by a lot. And we haven't had any games where we've won by a lot. Does not feel inherent. And what we're doing too, like, to go beyond just the sample size of matches, to give what I would consider good feedback. Like, what we're doing doesn't feel inherently powerful. Like, the only kind of busted thing about our deck feels like Veiled Temple, and the rest of what's going on here just feels kind of slow and fair. Like Echo. Echo felt incredibly clunky there, for example. They gave Moon Boy his 3rd point of toughness back. We got some new predict cards for this. And they gave Talia some upgrades too. What are the new cards? Does deck get any upgrades? I should show unowned because I don't have them crafted yet. Yeah, there's champion skins / alt arts in the game now. Manic Quail, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Her ability works how we always wanted it to work now. Yeah, they updated her, so if they remove her blocker, she still does the thing, which is great. Predict, give an enemy -2 attack. That's actually seems pretty good. Ground Slam. That's cute. It's concussive palm adjacent. Runeterra does have a draft mode. However, it's I don't know that it's super similar to Magic's draft mode. I don't think I'd call it that. Ground Slam seems pretty good. Let's craft some of those. One thing Runeterra desperately still needs is a craft all button. The fact that you can't just import a deck and then craft all and you have to craft things individually is incredibly tedious. That's one of those things where like it feels to me like they don't get it a little bit, because like crafting decks is one of the first things a new player does. So the fact that there's this huge hurdle in your new player experience, where like one of the very first things new players experience in Runeterra is like not being able to craft a deck efficiently is real frustrating. This has to have an enemy in order to do a thing, right? If you don't have an enemy, this doesn't work. That's correct. Okay. Anecdotal objective opinion. What's going on? Thanks for the 27 months. Welcome back. Let's find out. Let's play some of this Talia combo deck. This is a deck that I liked. And I was having fun with. Let's see if it can do things. This deck's doing something that's like inherently linear and powerful. If we can just predict with that card without a target, it's much better for what this deck is looking to do. This deck is basically looking to put Moon Temple into play and then copy it with Talia a bunch. Yeah, Talia with Overwhelm is very good. Make your Talia big, etc. So we're looking for a Talia. Perfect. So we've got Temple into Talia. Runeterra does clear the incredibly low bar of looking better than Mono. Yes. Definitely better looking than Mono. Our deck is probably going to be too slow against 1, 2, 3 Lurker Curve here. I'm going to take... I'll take Star Shaping. Perhaps this could see... No, I'm going to take the Chronomancer as a blocker for next turn, I think. So they're going to hit us for the big attack here. And then we'll bank 2 mana. And then on our turn, we'll play the Chronomancer. And then this will count down and we'll have 2 blockers next turn. Yeah, the latest patch makes Talia's ability work in the way that I expected it to work the first time I read the card. Which is nice. Take Star Shaping.
Out before they know they're bleeding.
Is there anything that tells me how big their pike is currently? It's 4/3, because these have lurked twice. They're +2 from lurk. Well, the eye shows me this is dying, but it does show me Pike's attack. Got it. There's a good chance this deck is also slow and bad. Hey, Doru Doshi, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. I'm gonna keep Temple, because it's one of our combo cards. This helps us find Talia. It's kind of clunky here against the aggro deck. That's a decent pickup.
Reporting in. Okay, ready.
Yeah, there's probably a good chance that like decks like what we're playing just don't work in a best of one game. I'm skipping this. I want more cards that play to the board, right? I already have Italia rolled up.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
That without the ability to like board down against aggro, you just end up in a spot where you're just not playable. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But that last match against the Lurk deck didn't feel particularly close. It did a bunch of stuff that didn't play to the board. And then died because we were kind of slow. You'll see. This is one of our better starts. We get to go Veiled Temple into Talia.
Make it interesting for me.
I don't know. I don't think pick ban actually solves problems with the format so much as pick ban lets you just pretend they don't exist because you can ban them and not play against them. And I think, like, the most recent seasonal, I think, highlighted that pretty well. Like, the seasonal tournament ended up being incredibly diverse in large part because, you know, the person that did well decided to play a deck that could ignore the best deck in the format, and they just banned it every match.
For the glory of Noxus.
So I can play this here, which gives me some mana back and triggers this on her. I would love a Star Shaping on top of my deck. And then we can ground. I guess we'll attack for 5.
But we're falling rocks.
And then we can ground slam Misfortune.
Path ends here.
Are we close to dead? Yes. Ground Slam's a neat design. I like this. Like, has utility, but also has an upgrade if you did something else. I dig it.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes either.
There's a heal 4 on top of my deck, chat. Yeah, we're dead to Fervor, but if we get an next turn, there's a heal 4 on top of my deck. Well, to be fair, the opponent's deck is a deck that was, like, playable a year ago.
Neither the blades nor the depths can claim me, Captain.
I think we're just dead, right? I guess I could do this and hit something useful, but I assume they're gonna attack here.
Break their legs.
Stand back.
This is a deck that just like... What?
Ugh, what a great day.
I mean, I was definitely still dead to their attack. So, thanks, I guess. Wasn't it 1 HP? No, they're, what's it called? Had Overwhelm. Gangplank has Overwhelm. Keep the goat. Get rid of the rest of these looking for a better curve. Yeah, Temple. I was actually about to say as they were conceding, Temple not buffing HP was a pretty big nerf there.
I'll burn for what I've done. The dead don't need riches.
Open attacks here so we can sharp sight and make it rain.
Didn't know the boss had sent for you.
Don't know much, do ya?
I think that deck's just not very good, Grindel. I'm just gonna play something else.
Got a surprise for him.
It's probably just Doggo, huh?
Store the rations! Shackle the prisoners!
Let's do it over there.
I do this so we get to draw an extra card with her. Moonglow's not bad.
Riddle me something cool.
Maybe use that to protect Zoe later. Just to make sure I'm not missing it, they haven't added a number of cards in your hand indicator to anywhere on screen yet, right?
Hey, you brought back my favorite star.
Fear the power you do not see.
You attack, you may pay my cost. Summon me, challenging the strongest enemy. So if I open attacks here, Jarvan comes into play, challenging this. Clear! Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Oh, good. And it shows it too when I use the eye. Got it.
To the flag!
Gotta get used to that. Again, it's been a second. It's kind of sweet. You attack, so Shroud Star, create a cataclysm, might challenge an enemy barrier.
You fight or you swim!
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. I'm a people person.
I'm gonna go ahead and play Fangs here. I grab Moon Silver and we'll try and push to level Zoe at this point, I think. That's kind of brutal. This is Legends of Runeterra. It is Riot's digital card game based on the League of Legends IP. Oh wait, does that leave me dead on board? I'm only going to one, right?
Luck is smiling.
You face a prince!
Did do a stiff breeze though. Yep. It needed one more point of life. It existed paper form. No, it is not a boomer card game. It's 2 years old now. I think that sounds right. How things been? All my sweet decks were bad, press a pick. they're all much too slow to keep up with the aggro decks. Yeah, Runeterra is second to none when it comes to the visuals of the gameplay for sure. Audio, and visuals, they're just like top of the industry, not close. This thing's a 3/6 for 3? Holy pile of stats. A round end, place me in your deck. Okay, that makes sense. Got it. The release date was April 29, 2020. Yeah, but like, that number's kind of fudgy, right? Because it was in beta before that. My number one rule for games being released is if they take your money, they're technically not a beta regardless of what their tag is. So like Magic Arena, for example, tell you they left beta at like August 2018 or whatever, but like their game's technically been a game longer than that because
Hold my work.
they've been taking your money longer than that. Same with all these games do that, right? They like put a beta tag on even though they let you pay for them because they want an excuse for what issues they have.
Odds ahead.
If software is actually being released early for testing purposes, they'll give you access to everything for free so you can actually test. So Magic Legends is released. Legends is released and already dead. Dead and dead. Don't speak ill of the dead, chat. Don't ridicule Magic Legends. It died young. Yeah, no resource variance here. You get a 1 mana every single turn. And then you can bank mana across turns here called spell mana. So you gotta carry mana over turn for turn. We just start by attacking and get our 6 points in here. Yeah, Pike is really strong.
We wear red to honor the fallen.
Magic the Gathering is likely one of the most underutilized IPs in history. I agree, it would have been nice had Magic Legends been decent. Alright, so Eclipse Dragon here is gonna make a soul castable next turn. Squishy, squishy. Thank you for the 59 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Be very quiet. We're hunting pikes.
The heavens diminish without my attention.
Why does this have 2 different pluses from Lurk? I don't understand. Can anybody explain that to me? What am I missing? Reskai. Oh, so this is technically different than Lurk in general. That's a weird, feels like a weird distinction.
I do love an audience.
I'm trying to eat this one, I think. Or it gets spell shielded bigger. I'll pass here. With this and this, we could probably have this survive. So we'll make this big enough to block here. And then, unfortunately, that means this has to trade here, right? But this ends up, this is going to go away at end of turn. Oh, this stops going away when it levels up. Yikes. It's good to know.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly!
Chase me! Chase me! Hopefully this big dumb idiot is lethal. For people that haven't seen Runeterra before, I have a how to play Runeterra video here on YouTube. You can check out. This is elusive, so my opponent can't block it because I don't have any elusives.
Oh yeah!
Let's play a few more games with this. Apologies to the people that are interested in seeing brand new Runeterra cards in the latest expansion. I haven't played in a while, so I'm just looking for decks that are good. We tried a couple Echo decks, and they seem kind of mediocre, so I'm just playing something that was decent from the last seasonal tournament that happened to get a feel for the game again. Also, like, a lot of our opponents are playing new stuff, so if we were playing a bunch of new stuff too, we'd play a bunch of mirrors, which isn't super interesting either. I just liked Zoe, chat. Lego, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. They nerfed your girl quite a bit. Zoe? Yeah, they've like done a real number on the Targon support cards. Danger Noodle getting downgraded to 1 power is a big hit. I wonder if Aesol's actually good in this deck. He's real clunky. Ten mana's a lot for a Dargon. To play, put a card from your hand on top of your deck, create 2 random lurker followers in hand. What's your favorite Zoe deck in the 4-man Precipic? We should try Zoe Vi. I've got that loaded up. Is it Zoe Vi? I've got Zoe Vi loaded up from the last seasonal too. Yeah, Decanter. I mean, mid-range is an archetype that struggles without sideboards, I think, would be my TLDR. Is what ends up feeling a little bit awkward.
No closer.
I don't think I want to sharp sight this. What does Lurk do? Lurk is a mechanic that says when a Lurk monster attacks, if the top card of your deck has Lurk, all of your Lurkers everywhere gain extra attack permanently. And it only happens once per round. Feels like we're in a pretty good spot here. The Aesol part of this deck seems mediocre so far. I feel like Star Shaping's probably just enough top end. Yeah, I could see just playing a bunch of J4. And getting rid of this other clunkier top end. Zoe is an elusive attacker and / enabler for J4, seems fine. They're making my gal vulnerable, chat. So. Shyvana's also good. Yeah, Shyvana Zoe could be cool. I like Shyvana with what's it called? I like Shyvana alongside Dragon's Clutches. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot to list the Historic Commander as a format you could select on the survey, but they also removed it, which is part of the reason I forgot about it, so I'm gonna put that a little bit on them, a little bit on me. Yeah, I'm gonna try one more cube. Yesterday's cube could have been a fluke. If it's bad again today'll probably be the last one that we do. But I'm gonna give Cube one more shot today at the start of the arena segment. But it seems like this might be one of the first Lurk game, lots of weird decisions. Instead of just being vague and non-constructive, can you call out a specific instance or two of a mistake you think my opponent has made, Mapai? Because from this side of the board, I haven't really seen anything that feels strange. They got a little bit unlucky, like they took attacks hoping to get Lurk triggers and then didn't get Lurk triggers. But like, that's not really a decision they can make. Yeah, the Cube gameplay yesterday was super swingy. The Lurk deck does seem to run out of gas very quickly.
How do you like them sparkles?
Yeah, yesterday both the matches we played in the Arena Cube were super play draw skewed. But I don't think they played any cards that predicted that game, Mapai. Unless I'm misremembering. Like, you're right, in general you want to be predicting before you attack with Lurk, but... Negative, thanks for the 29 months, welcome back. Bot into Sump sounds great. I'm gonna mulligan these looking for a Zoe. Sure, so like one specific instance.
Flesh was weak, but look at me now.
Look at me now.
Inferior design. Evolve or die.
Yeah, I agree with that, Precipic. The fact that we've played against the Lurk deck 6 times is definitely a symptom of Runeterra's release cycle. That's definitely something I haven't been a fan of. Because I wish they would reconsider their current release cycle. I think it's been rough overall. J-Tron, 6 to the 12 months, welcome back. Like they've done, to give credit where credit is due, they've done a good job introducing, man, where's a danger noodle when you need one? They've done a good job introducing at least one new deck with each expansion, but when there's only one new big thing, it's the thing everybody's doing, which is awkward. Do I just end the round here? Is it crazy to burn their mana? I think I need to gain 2. Yeah, got punished. They should have just piked right away there, but probably should have just passed when they didn't. Gonna take another spin at... let's do this, actually. See what we get here. We did not find... Man, our invokes have been really dog shit today. Like, can't find a danger noodle, can't find a meteor shower. Feels bad, man. I think we have 2 copies of Gotcha. I'll check the deck list. Going up to 3 is probably not unreasonable, but I believe we have a few. Man. Huh. Charger's decent, I guess. And I have Hush to answer Pike at least. Oh, gotcha. I don't know if I like gotcha. I've got, Get Excited is the card I was thinking of. Get Excited is the deal 3. We have a couple of copies of Get Excited. So I have Hush for Pike to keep him off leveling. Yeah, I mean, we're not, so Hacksaw, just for clarification's sake, what Precipic was saying and I was agreeing with is not that Lurk is too strong, it's that Lurk is the new thing for this expansion, which means it's the most popular thing on the ladder by a lot. And the fact that there's only like one like big new thing introduced causes that kind of vacuum where everybody wants to try it. And that's a symptom of their smaller expansions, as opposed to having bigger expansions that would add multiple things spread further out. So I think I agree with you. The Lurk deck seems like it's not, you know, small sample size, asterisk, all that jazz. It doesn't seem like it's busted per se. The Lurk deck definitely runs out of gas, is an accurate descriptor. So currently, Pike is killing everything until we tell him to be quiet. We're just passing here. My poor little Zoe. This card is super good. Feeling kind of dead. Yeah, it's weird to me, like, compare this card to, what's the 2-3 in Bilge? The one that makes the strongest enemy vulnerable, where this gets to pick, and it makes it permanent.
One girl wrecking crew.
Hired Gun, yeah, that's the one. We're just dead to these Dorkos, right? You think this is good against aggro Precipic? Why is that? What is this doing? Because of Radiant Guardian? Oh, could you mobilize? What does this do that she sent me? This deck is bad against a bunch of Lurk. Okay. Oh, they gave Moon Boy his extra toughness back. We played this. You think this is bad against Lurk? I got blockers and removal spells. How does Bastion interact with what's his name spell? Pike comes into play but then just doesn't strike your thing. Shadow Rail, thanks for the 39 months. Welcome back. Culling Strike is pretty mediocre into a bunch of Lurk. Whirling Death is fine though. I always like the Feel the Rush deck. Speaking of Shen Jarman. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have copies of Hush in this list. That's probably a card that's pretty good. Given the current format. Ooh. Look at that, chat. We drew the card our deck's named after. Out of my way, chat. Thanks for the 2.5 years, Crazy Duck, and thanks for the tier 2. Welcome back.
What do these yodel I see?
Do they play Deny? Am I gonna get denied next turn? They do. I'm gonna open attacks and see what they do. If they pass, I'll Draven.
Hey, kiddo. Dig your get up.
And then if they Shen here, we can out of the way.
You're covered.
Yeah, through the trees. Here, sound the alarm. Call for reinforcements.
Raven?
Okay, sweet. And then their deck just shouldn't have a way. They just shouldn't be able to beat survival skills, right? Once we permanently put survival skills on something. So now we just build a monster. Oh, they have Will of Iona. Yes, most likely. We do have Bastions.
Shield up.
Gonna build me a goat. They usually don't have space for will. Oh, that's really good for us if they don't. They usually play concerted strike in single combat. That makes sense.
No quarter!
Sound the alarm.
So this is what this deck's looking to do. It's looking to create a monster. And this will give Overwhelm permanently.
Patrol 1.
Yeah, maybe Lifesteal is better first. I don't know, they're like not that far from dead. Yeah, this is probably a no wrong way to eat this Reese's moment. This is gonna give 2 attack, and then these will give 2 attack, and these give 2 attack.
I've got your back.
I'm gonna do this, because this way it gives us the full mana back. Oh man, thanks for the 19 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Take an elusive monster to help with finishing. This is the goat champ.
Justify my will. Ours is but to do and die.
Time for the main event.
I would like a Draven, please. Okay, and Swim's list means no Will of Iota, I assume.
Rivers shape the land and give it life.
The slash on the card is survival skills, which means its health can't drop below 1 this round, but we played out of the way, so it has that permanently.
As we practice, team.
Gotta rock with your name on it.
Go, don't mess around, Chip.
What form will the waters take? The waters are still.
Call the reinforcements.
The party has arrived. Juggle for me, Jester. Perhaps I'll spare you.
Fucking rude. Attack with my goat.
Away with you.
Is this Bogles? It's kind of like a build your own Bogle, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Piece of beard here in my mouth. Yeah. Do I want some Hushes in here? Hush is decent against Lurk. I've got Whirling Deaths. Is Hush better than Whirling Death or Bloody Business? Like, we enable both of these pretty cleanly. I mean, I think Bloody's actually better than Whirling Death in a lot of situations, because you don't have to have the combat stipulation, and getting something to 5 attack is pretty trivial in this deck. Maybe we don't need Whispered Words. Yeah, this being efficient is good. Let's go 3-2-2. Give him the business. Yeah, something like that. Nice. Okay. We're definitely mulliganing gifts. We're definitely keeping these. The question is, am I keeping Aphelios or am I mulliganing him looking for Draven? I'm gonna mulligan this too. I'd like a Draven or a Temple to go with my out of the way and my survival skills. Second survival skills is a little sedge. Our deck is confident we want Aphelios.
Traditions are lost if not passed on.
Some K-pop, please. One K-pop, please. Nice! Nailed it, chat. Never didn't have it.
It's Draven time.
It's Draven time.
Hey, kiddo, dig your get up. What would you wish to learn? Think before you
A little
strike.
scary. That's rude. Their hand's about to be real good. So everything in their hand is like +3/+3 at the moment.
You've got a problem, I've got a price. Business as usual.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Now we're cooking.
The brighter my light, the stronger your shadow.
Do I want to gen a moon weapon this round? We can Severum plus Spinning Axe on Draven here, but then I don't have an axe for next turn to level him. I think I want to level him. I could just gen the Overwhelm weapon next turn. I think we just end here. It's been fine. I'm undecided, Jin. Yeah, so the axe is permanent, but the I've struck with an axe isn't permanent. Which is awkward. It's not intuitive. Now, this deck could definitely have Will of Iona. So that's something I gotta worry about when building our Bogle here.
Let's boogie. I will teach you.
So if I axe this, discard this, it will survival skills my one that's not already survival skills, right? It says strongest, but it actually means strongest that doesn't already have this effect, right? That's usually how these things work in Runeterra.
For the moneymakers.
Okay, except for this time, it doesn't work that way at all, because Runeterra. Alright, got it. Good shit. See, like, stuff, they really need to clean up. So, I can't Whirling Death here because I need to hold up Bastion to beat Will of Iona, because I'm all in on this Strafen. They have 5 mana available. So, things that stun your stuff, for example, frequently don't say they stun the next one down, but they do stun the next one down even though they don't say it. So I had incorrectly assumed that this card worked the way the other cards work. But that was an incorrect assumption on my part. Yeah, because there's not a rule book for Runeterra, there's a lot of little things like that that are ambiguous that I wish they would clean up a bit. I'm gonna take the stun here so if they don't open attacks, we're in a decent spot.
Silent as death. Graviton.
Let them see me, not you.
Well, shoot. That's kind of scary. So this is stunned, so they have 13, 15 elusive at the moment. I guess I could stun down another one of them. I think that's the play.
It hurts because it must.
Danger pays.
Do I want a goat? Or do I want to deal 3 to something? Probably want to deal 3 to something.
My strength is yours. The moon speaks of failures. You are its voice.
Alright, Moon Boy, let's go. I mean, we could theoretically kill them here, right?
Let's boogie.
These both have Overwhelm.
Afraid.
It's too late for you.
They need like double Will of Iona to beat my Bastion here. Or like Will of Iona plus another thing to pop it. They could have So I think I'm gonna Whirling Death from Moonboy here. So this way if they want to try and disrupt this, they have to disrupt him instead of my Draven. You can see here the eye says this is lethal, so my opponent needs to do something. Am I supposed to go all in here?
What are you waiting for?
I could Whirling Death here to here, so that way I keep my lifesteal. Yeah, we are dead on the backswing, right? Because we're only going to 18.
Come out and play.
Okay, I didn't have it. And honestly, you know, we talked about the elusives and Whirling Death versus the what's it called? To just strike something if you have 5+ power. Elusives are another reason to hedge having less Whirling Death and more bloody business. Because the efficiency between these two is very similar. Oh, and chat, so I'm gonna let you in on a dirty little secret of mine, chat. You see what my curve looks like here? Where it's 11 and then 8 and then 9? This isn't very aesthetically pleasing to look at. So whenever I have a decision that's close, I always go with the one that makes my curve prettier. See, doesn't that look so much better? 10, 9, 9 as opposed to 11, 8, 9? So obviously Bloody Business is the correct choice because from an aesthetic perspective, my curve is more beautiful now. So very confident after looking at the curve that Bloody Business is correct. Yeah, it was fun. We're gonna play some more tomorrow. I don't know. We figured out a lot of things that feel like they didn't work. The Echo and a lot of the other Zoe decks we played felt kind of mediocre. We'll probably start with more of this tomorrow morning. I liked this deck a couple seasons ago, and it still seems pretty good. Are there any, before we switch over to Arena, are there any new cards that go into this deck that maybe I'm not thinking of? We didn't get cards from either of these regions. Oh, we did. Let me just craft these real quick. And by really quick, I mean you can't craft cards really quickly in this game. So maybe I'll do this later off stream, because every time you craft, it takes 15 seconds to craft 3 cards. We can look at them without crafting them. Are there any cards that seem like they might be decent additions from the latest set? Thanks for the Prime drink, Enzo. I appreciate the 2 months. Welcome back. Doesn't look like it. Ooh, this is kind of cheeky with, this might be one we poke at later. Probably not necessary, but could be worth trying just to be sure. Since we're playing out of the way, this turns into a Grant 5 attack for 4 at burst. All right, any rate, we played Runeterra for a couple hours. If you want to check it out later, full segment will be up on the YouTube channel. We played 4 or 5 different things, just kind of poking around the out of the way of Felios. Is definitely my favorite there at the end. And we'll be back with more Runeterra stuff tomorrow morning for sure. And if it goes again reasonable tomorrow morning, it'll be back as a part of my regular schedule, I think, for 2 to 4 hours a week or so. Not as much as we were doing once upon a time, because Runeterra is not popular enough to do content for full time, but it's fun. I want to mix it in. Variety's the spice of life.